Look, if you've spent any time in a boardroom, you know this feeling. A huge decision is on the table, millions of dollars, maybe even the future of the company are on the line. And the whole thing feels more like a gamble than a calculated strategy. The real problem here isn't a lack of smart people in the room, it's the lack of a proper framework. So let's dig into why that is and what you can do about it.
So let's start with a number that should really make you stop and think. 65%. According to a major McKinsey study, that's the failure rate for major corporate strategic decisions. That's almost 2 out of every 3 big bets that just don't pay off.
And what's fascinating is why they fail. It's rarely about a sudden market shift or just a string of bad luck. Nope, they fail because of us, because of human nature. We're talking about cognitive biases, right? Things like groupthink, or maybe you've seen the loudest voice in the room win the debate. It all comes down to a lack of a structured, defensible process. Now, this isn't just a problem, it's a huge opportunity. Seriously, what if you, with all your experience and your network, could be the one to bring in a proven framework that completely changes the game, turning all that uncertainty and doubt into real clarity and confidence?
Okay, first, let's just quickly look at why this whole problem has become so much more urgent lately. Because, the pressure on leaders today, it's on a whole different level.
Just think about it. You've got ESG compliance now, which means every single major choice you make needs a paper trail, it has to be defensible. You have remote and hybrid boards all trying to get aligned, which is a huge challenge without the right tools. The whole idea of stakeholder capitalism means you have to be transparent. And to top it all off, regulators everywhere are getting tougher. Making decisions based on gut feel, that's not just risky anymore, it's a massive liability.
So yeah, this new world demands a smarter way to make these big calls. And the answer isn't some brand new, untested trend. It's actually built on a foundation that's been trusted by the best for decades.
And that is the Analytic Hierarchy Process, or AHP. It came out of the Wharton School way back in the 70s, and it is the absolute gold standard for taking messy, complex decisions and breaking them down into a structure that you can actually manage and, quantify. It was literally designed to defeat the biases we were just talking about.
And this is not just some academic theory. For more than 50 years, the organizations that make the world's most critical decisions, we're talking Fortune 500 companies, governments, even the military, they have all relied on AHP. Why? Because it works. It's mathematically proven to neutralize that hypo effect, the highest paid person's opinion, and make sure the best idea wins, not just the loudest. And here's where things get really exciting. The foundation of AHP is genius, but let's be honest, doing it the old-fashioned way was, it was slow, it was clunky. Until now. This chart really shows the quantum leap we're talking about. Just look at the research. What used to take 2 to 4 weeks of manual digging can now be done with AI in a couple of hours. Instead of passing around paper surveys that are full of errors, you get clean, validated data digitally. And the best part? The results aren't some static report that ends up in a drawer. They're live, interactive dashboards that really bring the decision to life. And the process itself, it's just so elegant and simple. It guides you and your client through 5 very logical phases. You start with the AI-powered research, you build out the decision, and you go all the way through to supporting the implementation. It's a structured, repeatable system that just delivers clarity every time. So, what does all this mean for you, personally? Well, this is where your years of experience and your professional network come together with some seriously powerful technology. It creates a completely new and very compelling value proposition.
Think of it like this. You're the one who brings the strategic wisdom, right? You have the context for the industry. You have the trusted relationships. THINK25 just provides the powerful, tech-driven framework to structure all that wisdom and deliver an outcome that is quantifiable and totally defensible.
And this right here, this is the part that clients really get excited about because it translates into real, tangible value. You're not just selling them some software. You are selling an end to those dysfunctional meetings. You're selling them an 80% cut in their research time. And most importantly, you are selling them confidence. You're giving them quantified consensus and the documentation they need to satisfy their board and any regulators. That's huge. Which naturally brings us to the financial side of things. Because this isn't just an interesting idea. It's a very flexible and, frankly, highly profitable consulting model. And you can shape your offerings to fit what your client needs and what works for your own schedule. It could be anything from a simple discovery workshop to a full-blown strategic planning cycle, or even a recurring monthly retainer with a board. The engagements are incredibly high value because the problems you're solving are absolutely critical to the business. So what does that actually look like? Well, a consultant working part-time, maybe just 10 or 15 hours a week, can very realistically bring in around 49,000 euros a year. It's a fantastic way to leverage all your expertise, but on your own terms.
But what about for those who want to make this their full-time focus? The potential is really significant. If you scale up your engagements, a dedicated full-time consultant can build a practice that generates well over 272,000 euros annually. Seeing the numbers side by side like this really makes it clear. Whether you're looking for a flexible, high-impact project to work on, or you're ready to build a whole new full-time venture, this model supports both paths, all by leveraging the skills you've already built over your career. And the best part? The path to actually getting started is just as structured and efficient as the decision-making methodology itself. This whole thing is designed to get you from being interested to landing your first client fast. Seriously, in about a month you can be up and running. Week 1 is all about mastering the platform and the methodology. Week 2, you focus on prepping your materials and identifying the first few potential clients in your network. And by week 3, you're already doing your first engagement with our full support behind you. And just a quick word on the certification. The whole point of it is to make sure that you and your clients have total confidence in the process. It's really a mark of quality. It tells the market that you have mastered a rigorous, proven methodology for making better strategic decisions. So let's just be real for a second. The way most organizations make their biggest, most important decisions, it's fundamentally broken. They desperately need a better framework. And that framework needs a guide, a trusted advisor who has the experience to lead them through the process. So the only question left is, are you ready to be that guide?